So we started putting the wiring in now and connecting the sockets, and now I'm in the process of connecting them up. I've got some conduit there. There's a small metal sill right at the back, so I can't get the conduit all the way up, but at least it protects it somewhat. This is double insulated 2.5mm time cable, and it's built for boats, so it's just what we want. And yeah, we can start connecting up the sockets now. This is not a how-to video, this is just how I've done it video. So the back boxes are 35mm, just standard partition wall boxes, stud wall boxes, or dry wall boxes as they call them. Hopefully it's cut right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's fine. So what I want to do is just, I think it's going to keep on dropping down. So I want to strip the flex off these as best as I can. You don't have to cut into them that much because they do tear pretty easily, these cables do. You can just see that one's just torn open now, nice and easy. There we go. Same again, just score around the cable with the Stanley knife, and it does literally need to be just the tiniest nick. If you go too far, you'll nick the cable inside the sheath and it won't be no good, so you have to be careful. It's always best to have a bit of slack around as well, just in case you do make a mistake. But, I tend to underscore rather than overscore and damage the cable. There we go, it's starting to split now. There we have it. Our cable stripped. Just take a little bit off the edges because, as you can see, the sheath is stretched slightly. So I'll just take a little bit off so you can see the copper then. Same with the others. There we go, you can see the copper on all of those now. So back to putting our conduits on. nice and snug. Let's move this over a bit. There we go. Right. So what I do then, some people use these wire strippers, but I tend to find them a pain, keeping on adjusting them and what have you. So I strip them with pliers, as we always used to years ago. It does take a bit of practice. That it'd be better if you probably used wire strippers if you've not stripped that much cable in the past. So to make sure that the connections are tight in the actual socket itself, I've got bootlace ferrules, and they're doubles, so they're actually 2.5mm doubles that can accept 2 cables. You can see that well. They're only small, but they're fantastic. They accept both cables. You crimp them up, you've got a solid connection. I'll show you shortly. So what I tend to do is not twist, but just straighten the cables off so they're nice and straight. Put the 2 cores together so they're level. Again, just making sure that the cores are nice and straight. Fiddly bit is just getting them in this first section. And what I find as well is just twisting it once tends to get the cables in. It goes in nice and solid there, as you can see. I'll see if I can zoom that in. A little bit more. Okay. So basically both cores are in, and then you use a bootlace ferrule crimper. Now, I mean, you can get these 10 a penny. I think this one was about 25 quid, I think, from Amazon. But you can get some tools that have got guides, and they're about 100 quid. They're crazy money. So it's completely up to you which you buy. But this one, from what I've tried so far, seems to be doing the job pretty well. And I think this is about 25-30 quid from Amazon, and it's got the bootlace ferrules with it, not necessarily all the right ones. It's got a selection of some. I had to buy these separately, but yeah, it's got some probably to get you started. If you're doing this particular job, you'll probably have to buy the doubles in if they don't come with a crimper. So crimp just goes in to the crimper, crimp it nice and tight. Then you can see there that it's never coming off in a month of Sundays. So rinse and repeat, do the same with the rest. So again, like I said, just straighten the cores off a little bit. Put the 2 cores together then. Guide the cables in. Like I say, I twisted that once then, and it just seems to smoothly then accept both of the cables. There's no strands sticking out as well. I'll double check that just in case. It's always nice to do that. There we go. It's nice and tight. And the last one. As you can see, I did that one twist again, and it seemed to just help get those cables in. You can see that both of the cores are in. Let me see if I can zoom it even more. Yeah, you should be able to see that there's two sets of cores in there now. Yeah, you can see that. So the two cores are in there. Just need crimping up. Get that all nice and tight. So what I tend to do is just make sure I nick off the excess strands. There will be some left. Some people cut the actual ferrule itself. Just make sure that there's a bin close by. So otherwise you get all these strands of copper all over the place. That's a pain. So I've just got a standard socket without my screwdriver. I've left that. To be fair, we've not purchased any more sockets because we are having black around the boat, like in the kitchen and stuff. And these are a good make. They're Crabtree sockets and they're alright. But as always, just double check your connections are right. So this one is your earth on this socket. We've got our live denoting it with L, and then N for neutral. You don't want to be too mad and over tighten them, but I've definitely got those. Good to go. Just need to clean it off a bit. There you go, there's your socket. Job's a good one. So I'll leave that off just to double check that I've tightened them once more before I'm going to connect up the mains, and yeah, just make sure it's all okay. And I'll plug in a martingale. So the martingale, I'll check the polarity of the socket as well once it's all live. So yeah, I'll pin them back later. I just need to double check that the connections are all in the right place. The neutral, live and earth, just before I put all the sockets back on. But I normally do that last. So it's always nice to have a bin close by as well, just to chuck all these little bits in, because the Hoover does not like these. It just doesn't pick him up whatsoever. As I mentioned earlier on the video with the bootlace ferrule crimper, you get a box sometimes that comes with the crimpers. Like mine was 30 quid, I've just checked, and it also comes with 1200 crimps, and they range from 0.75mm all the way to 10mm, which are the red ones there. So yeah, you get quite a bit of kit for the money.